What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Crypto Gangs. I'm your boy D-Rec coming at you with another video. This is part 2 in the introduction of cryptocurrency. I want to welcome you here. If you're new to cryptocurrency, definitely stick around. If you're someone who is very familiar with cryptocurrency, definitely share this video with your friends and family who may not be as familiar with cryptocurrency. Excuse me. So, and also if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I would appreciate a like on the video, as well as hit that bell for notifications. And let's go ahead and jump into this information. Starting out with proof of stake. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about proof of stake, proof of work, as well as delegated proof of stake, and somewhat give my opinion on the subject. So let's just jump right into it. Proof of stake is a type of consensus algorithm by which cryptocurrency blockchain network aims to achieve distributed consensus. In POS, or proof of work, proof of stake based cryptocurrencies, the creator of the next block is chosen via various combinations of random selection and wealth and age, or i.e. the stake. So basically what you do in proof of stake is you have your cryptocurrency wallet, and with that being said, the next video I will be discussing what a cryptocurrency wallet is and how they work and what you use them for. But so basically you put your coins into a wallet, and depending on that wallet's that wallet's requirements to stake your coins, you do whatever it takes or whatever it says that you have to do to stake your coins in that wallet. And based off of the wealth, so in other words, how much or how many coins you have, the age, so how long you had those coins staked, and also random selection, you would be chosen to solve the next block and receive a reward for it, or should I say transaction fees from solving that. But before there was proof of stake, there was proof of work. And proof of work is the original consensus algorithm in a blockchain network. In blockchain, this algorithm is used to confirm transactions and produce new blocks to the chain. With proof of work, miners compete against each other to complete transactions on the network and get rewarded. So proof of work, basically, it uses your computer's power, whether it be your CPU or your GPU, to solve blocks. Once you solve a block, or you were the first to solve the block, you would receive a reward for that. And that's how proof of work works. And here's a basic diagram explaining the difference between proof of work and proof of stake. And proof of work is a requirement to define an expensive computer calculation, also called mining. A reward is given to the first miner who solves each block's problem. Network miners compete to be the first to find a solution for the mathematical problem. So that's basically how proof of work works. Like I said, it uses your computer's power, whether it be your graphics cards or your CPU, and it solves the problem for the block so that you can receive the block reward or a portion of the block reward. Proof of stake is the creator of a new block. Proof of stake, the creator of a new block is chosen in a deterministic way, depending on its wealth, also defined as stake. The POS system, proof of stake, that is, there is no block reward, so the miners take the transaction fees. So in other words, like I was saying earlier, you receive a reward, but basically it's a transaction fee, which is your reward. Proof of stake currencies can be several thousand times more cost effective. And why is that? Because in order to solve blocks using proof of work, it requires a lot of electricity, which also produces a lot of heat. And it also uses, pretty much your computer's power, so it's not very cost effective. Whereas proof of stake is you put your coins into a wallet, and some wallets do require you to keep your wallet open. So yeah, it's using a little bit of your computer energy just simply because your wallet's open. and your computer or your phone is on. And but compared to running miners, which has several, if not more, miners on each mining rig, which takes up an extremely amount of electricity, proof of stake definitely is a winner in that arena, whereas it's very cost effective to do it that way versus proof of work. But there's also delegated proof of stake, and delegated proof of stake is a consensus algorithm maintaining irrefutable argument on the truth across the network, validating transactions and acting as a form of digital democracy. The version of delegated proof of stake is often referred to as deposit-based proof of stake. So basically, in layman's term, what delegated proof of stake is the same as proof of stake, except you take your coins, put them in your wallet, and based on the requirements of that wallet, you vote for a delegate. So what's voting for a delegate? A delegate is like in your nation or in your state or in your district, you vote for a representative to represent your state, district, or whatever, city, town, whatever. And that delegate goes out and do the work for you. So in other words, you take your coins, put them in your wallet, pick a representative, or in this case, a delegate, vote for that delegate. He or she or that delegate goes out and do the work, solve the blocks, and then you receive a portion of those transaction fees that he or she or it received for solving those problems. So that's delegated proof of stake. In other words, you vote for that representative and you can shut your computer because he, she, or it will do all of the work for you and send those transaction fees that he collected to you as a reward and for voting for him, her, he, or she, or it, or whatever. Could be AI, who knows. And in this one, I just have this little diagram that I pulled off of Google that I wanted to show that kind of, is somewhat accurate in my opinion, showing the difference between delegated proof of stake, proof of work, and proof of stake. And it's kind of blurry for you to see, but I'll go ahead and read it for you. And the features, it says less incentive to centralize. Delegated proof of stake has a check mark, meaning it has less incentive to centralize, and I'll explain that in just a minute. Proof of work has an X and proof of stake has an X. And why is that? Because proof of work, all it would take is someone with a lot of money and someone who can get very cheap electricity to purchase up all of the hash power to solve blocks. And that would make it very, very close to being centralized. They could make it not economical for small miners to mine. It will push them out of the way and they would take full control of the mining of whatever coin it is that is on the proof of work code, to do proof of work. Proof of stake has an X because it could take someone with a lot of money to go out and purchase up all the coins that they can purchase and become the biggest wallet with the most influence in the proof of stake arena. Delegated proof of stake is more or less incentivized to centralize because it's so many people pulling together their coins and delegating it to different delegates, different representatives, making it very, very hard for someone to centralize a coin in delegated proof of stake. The next feature is, highest transaction volume. Higher transaction volume. Okay, sorry about that. Delegated proof of stake has a check mark, proof of work has an X, and proof of stake has an X. And I'm not too sure why that is. Like I said, guys, I'm not an expert in this, but my opinion as far as proof of work is because it does take very long time, or it takes a longer time to make transactions on proof of work coins or blockchains, I should say, versus proof of stake and delegated proof of stake. I'm not too sure why proof of stake has an X. Like I said, I'm not an expert on that. Maybe it's something I could do more research on. Faster confirmation times, check mark for delegated proof of stake and X for proof of work and X for proof of stake. And definitely proof of work has a longer time to confirm because it's so many computers and graphics cards trying to get this thing the consensus saying, hey, this is correct, so let it go through. This is correct. I verify that this is correct, versus delegated proof of stake. Energy efficient, obviously, delegated proof of stake has a check mark, proof of work has an X, and proof of stake has a check mark. And I kind of went over that earlier, so we understand that. Incentivized to develop. Check mark for delegated proof of stake, X for proof of work, and proof of stake has a check mark. And the reason I believe is because there's one coin in particular that I'm into that is delegated proof of stake, and that's the credit, the XQR coin. And the delegates on delegated proof of stake are very, very active in creating features, I should say, for the blockchain on the credit. And it's basically because that's one way that they get people to vote for them, because they're very active and they're very creative in the things that they're doing to attract voters, as well as help the coin to further its vision. And I'm guessing it's the same for proof of stake to some extent, other than you don't have delegates you're voting for. Proof of work, I'm thinking, is not, because it's I really don't know, man. I'm guessing my biggest guess would be because I really don't know. So that's one I really can't answer, but that's basically the breakdown of this diagram. I just kind of wanted to go over that with you guys. And there it is there, more clear for you to see, which I got off of coincentral.com. See if there's anything else. Okay, now, when we went and we talked about proof of work, I think it was in proof of work. I don't see it. Basically, what I'm wanting to say by showing this diagram, guys, is one of the biggest key features in believers, or one of the key things that believers hold on to in the cryptocurrency, is decentralization. And why is that? Because when you have to trust one man or one woman or one entity, it's very easy for that one entity, one man, one woman, to become very corrupt. And with its corruption spreads to everything that it touches or have influence over. Whereas decentralization, there's no one entity, one person, one man, one woman who can become corrupt and corrupt the whole, because everyone has to consent, or everyone has to agree that what is true is true. With that being said, I want to thank you for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, definitely go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. Be sure to share this video with your family and friends who may not be as familiar with cryptocurrency and they want a basic overview of what it is, as I'm going to continue this series to try to help the new people out there to understand what it is and how important it is and how much of a gift it could be to society and to the world. With that being said, I want to thank you for stopping by, and until next time, peace, dog.